So it's like, for example, let's say, like an apple is a fruit because it's flesh around the seeds. Whereas a coconut is the seed, and you just eat the flesh that's in the seed.
What's the difference between a berry and a fruit?
Who's to say? I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not a fucking
because
biologist.
you said berries aren't fruit.
Well, berries
so
are
I
berries.
I want to know why a berry.
Let's find out. Maybe berries are considered fruit, but then strawberries aren't fruit.
But a strawberry is a berry, is it not?
No, it's not. Because the strawberry's got the seeds on the outside.
Also, why are they called strawberry?
Fuck knows.
Why not red berries?
Red berry. Because red currants are already a thing.
Right, but those are currants.
The currants are just berries.
Right, but it's not called a red berry, is it?
No,
I'm saying why straw?
Currant. Strawberry.
It's a strawberry?
Maybe.
It's not a strawberry?
Well, I mean, it's not a berry, is it?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So it must be.
So why does it have berry in the name?
It's a strawberry. I've got one of them, I know.
I just had $1 million idea.
What?
The podcast is just us fishing. Like,
and then we just talk shit. Various
yeah.
fishing mini games. In various different games.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
I think that's quite a good idea. Just call it fishing talk.
Yeah.
And then in brackets, with video game fishing. So that people don't get the wrong idea.
And then when we meet up in real life, we go real fishing.
We go real fishing, and then we don't catch a damn thing. Like,
what are you? I'm an excellent. Well,
you're excellent.
I'm an all right fisherman.
What's the term? There's a word. There's a word besides fisherman.
Fisher of men.
Angler.
Oh yeah. Problem is, I don't own my own boat.
Well, you don't need a boat. You just river fish.
No.
Lake fish.
Well, lakes you generally want a boat. Oh no, we crossed our lines. No good.
Oh, fuck's sake. That's a ruby splash tail. I'm not even interested in that. Oh.
Lake fishing, you usually want a boat. River fishing, definitely.
Alright, just sit at the side of the creek.
Like, we've got three big old river rods too that we can use for catfishing.
Well, we're gonna get any catfish here. You'll be lucky if you get lucky if you catch a trout. Like,
trout are hard.
You got to tickle them, mate. That's how you catch a trout. You get a big old
I want to
trout.
go trout fishing, right, Dad? Right now. Trout season opened yesterday.
Whoa. Whoa.
Catch some rainbow trout.
Whoa. This one's got some fight in him. He's fast.
Is he?
Yeah, he looks big.
Big. I'm not bothering cooking these, by the way.
Yeah, me neither. I just want the XP.
Because I feel like in the time it takes me to cook it, I will.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be halfway to catching your next one. I think he may just be an indigo splash tail, you know.
It looks big though.
It does look big and hefty, eh?
It's definitely big. It's a trophy, whatever it is.
He's a fucking fat boy.
I think it's a ruby splashtail.
Nah, surely not.
It looks red.
Nah, does it? It looks blue to me.
It does. It looked red to me.
Yeah, it does look a bit redder now, yeah.
It has blue fins. That's the problem.
It's got a lot of fin going on. Ah, you go trout fishing, you wait for a big fucking old one to come sidling up to the side of the riverbank. And you just sort of slip your fingers underneath it and start to get its belly a wee tickle. I'm not joking.
What are you talking about?
This is a thing. This is a thing people do. I swear down to you. Like, so you get it.
What?
You get it.
I caught a boot.
Neat.
Here, you want to put on your foot fighting?
You get
Can I eat the boot?
Can you give it to the fish man? You get an achievement.
Probably. I delivered it. Old boot
Hey!
sold for 10 gold.
We got a combination.
Hey, I did get an achievement. Hunter of treacherous plunder.
Yeah. Let me catch this bad boy first and I'll
Definitely
get
a
back
really
to
splash
this.
kill, by the way.
Yeah, but it's a big boy. It's a fucking huge one. Look at the size of it.
You should probably cook him.
I will. Will he fit in the pan?
Yeah, he just takes a while longer to cook.
Oh.
I can cook him if you want.
No, that's alright, I'll cook him. I'm cooking my fucking... I wrestled him on a shore. I'll cook him, thank.
You're alright. Anyway, back to tickling
he's
the
fucking
fish.
surely done for. Right, so old trout will just sort of something. So the big ones, the big massive trout, will sometimes come right up to the shore, right? And I swear there's a thing that you do, right? So he comes up to the shore, and he's like, he does whatever a trout does at the shore. He's like just numbing for fucking nematodes or some shit, and then like, so you slowly slip your hand in the water, like really, really slowly, because it will just sit there for hours, just like letting like whatever microscopic food that it can eat get into its mouth, because they're too big to hunt. Look at the size of that bad boy though. Like,
That's a big old
look
boy.
at that trophy ruby splash tail. Oh, I need both hands to carry it about. So
Mr. Jump.
an old trout will sit there and they'll just open their mouth and let them like filter feed basically. So what you do is you slip your hands into the water really, really slowly around it, and then like you start to sort of tickle its belly, like just gently sort of tickling its belly. It basically puts the fish into a trance, and once you've done that for about 5 minutes or so, you can basically just sloop it in between your legs and just fling it onto shore. Like, I swear down, that's a thing that you can do.
What are you
Look, honestly,
about?
I'm gonna Google it. Like, I'm gonna use my phone though in case this fucking trophy would be splashed.
You're no.
Tickling
No,
trout.
I can.
Trout tickling is the art of rubbing the underbelly of a trout with fingers. If done properly, the trout will go into a trance after a minute or so and can then easily be thrown out onto the nearest bit of dry land.
What?
Told you.
How is that legal, first of all?
What do you mean, how's that legal?
You can't that's like netting a fish.
Oh, it's a fucking trout. Nobody gives a fuck about a trout. Like, there's hundreds and millions of them. They're big daft fish. You can tickle it into a trance. It's not exactly fucking nature's apex, is it?
No, I'm playing with Kieran.
Who are you talking about?
I'm playing with his stupid brother.
Ask him about trout tickling. I bet he knows about it.
Here's the thing. Are you sure it's a trout?
Yeah, well,
we must have a different kind of trout.
Listen, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for trout tickling right now.
Is this the thing? Where do they do this?
Like, right, hang on.
Do they do it in the U.S.? Because in Minnesota, to catch trout, you need a special like trout stamp on your license.
Oh no, see, we didn't have any of that bollocks. Like, if you want to just fish in a river, you can fish in a river. Like,
you don't need to get a fishing license?
No, not as long. The way it works here is like there's nah, it's like for up in Scotland at least in some places there's areas where you can just freely fish, and as long as it's for like you're no fucking selling the fish on and you're just cooking them for yourself, like you're catching them for yourself, you're allowed to fish freely in a lot of places in Scotland. Most places didn't give a fuck up in Scotland. Like, and even then, I think as long as you're not on private land, nobody's ever going to come fucking knocking after you. There's not going to be a gamey come knocking along. Like,
the DNR's all over out here. They don't mess around.
It wasn't fucking worth my time. I shouldn't even have bothered cooking that fish.
No, probably not. One time my brother was in Wisconsin on opener, and him and his dumb friend decided that they were gonna fish at like a launch on opener without licenses.
Oh right, aye.
So they were like fishing offshore, and here comes the man in the brown pants walking through the woods.
The fucking
his friend just set down the rod and started like walking into the woods until my brother's like, "Get your ass back here!" Like, we're going down together. We're going down.
He just walks away, leaves his rod. What a madman! I love it. I'm looking at it, see, is that in Scotland the technique is more often called guddling, or sometimes ginnelling. I've heard it referred to as ginnelling. The practice is currently illegal under most circumstances in Britain.
There you
A related
go.
method of catching catfish by hand is called noodling in the USA.
I do know what noodling is.
Aye, so you fucking get, it's fine if it's a catfish, but as soon as it's a trout, no, that's a fucking work of fantasy, mate. Fuck off.
No, noodling is different. You don't tickle their bellies. You just shove
basically
your hand
the same
in their
thing.
hole
Well, I'm
and
sure
wait
you
for them to bite your arm. That's what noodling is.
Well, I'm sure you could probably just sweep a fish out of the water anyway. What? How is that less humane than fucking? Like, why are you not allowed to fucking?
It's not about humanity.
It's that you can catch too many of them.
It's easier.
Oh, right. So they're preserving the integrity of the sport of fishing.
Not the sport, but preserving the ecosystem. You don't want to
either way,
fish out the entire.
In 99% of places in Scotland that aren't private land, if it's council owned at least, there is very little chance that you'll ever be rolled up on by a gamey. Like,
and usually you're not here. But
like,
if
my
you
dad,
are,
like,
and you don't have a license,
you're
gonna get fined.
Well, like I said, there are places in Scotland where you can just fish. Like, there's like public fishing spots where where you're just allowed to go for it. Like, and they're pretty common. Like, we've got rakes of fish, but it's like you're probably going to be fishing for trout if that's the case. Like,
for what?
For trout. Like, because we've got rakes of trout kicking about. You'll be looking for trout. But if you catch it in one of those rivers, you can keep it. So if you get something that's less common, like, there's no, like, if it's in that area, they don't give a fuck. And, like, the way our rivers work is that you'll probably get a bit of everything in a Scottish river, like, because it's quite a small place. So it's like, you get the ocean fish coming upstream and
that's trophy fish.
That's a big one, like. So you get all sorts.
So yeah, we have to buy the licenses, and then there's limits both on number and size.
Yeah.
And some of those change lake to lake, so there's always like a new handbook that goes out with regulations every year that you got to make sure you look at. Like Vermilion, which is one lake we go to, the slot is what it's called, will be completely different than like the lakes around the city.
Alright.
So like Vermilion, it's usually like if it's above 17, you have to put it back.
Alright.
But then at that point, also, we usually don't like to keep anything below 15. So you're in a very small slot, like 15 to 17 inches.
Alright, I see.
Which, I mean, whatever. I would usually do catch and release if it was just me anyway.
I'd take it on land and beat it to death with a brick and then cook it for my dinner. If I get it out of the river, then I have dominated it in terms of the food chain, and I deserve to eat it. I deserve to eat it split.
No, don't get me wrong. I love eating fish, but like if I catch a carp, I'm not going to eat a carp.
I'd fucking eat it. I'd eat anything. I caught an eel once and I ate it.
Like, what? You ate an eel?
Oh yeah, that's a thing that we do here. You never heard of jellied eel? Like,
jellied eel?
You never heard of jellied eel?
Like the worst.
That's an English thing. That's some stereotypical English madness right there. Like, but yeah,
jellied
totally.
Eel.
Yeah, they jelly eels. It's basically like pickling them. Like,
pickling. I've heard of that.
It's sort of like pickling. It's like a briny jelly that they stick them in, and then you have them with fish and chips. What? No. It's not fermented. Like, it preserves it. Like, and then you basically just have it with fish and chips. Or some people have them with a pint. They're disgusting. Like, we just chopped it up into chunks. We
like
chopped
sardine?
Like, deboned it and then chopped it up into chunks and just pan fried it. Like, it was alright. Like, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever had. Like,
it gives me the chills.
Yeah, it was an odd consistency, but once it's been fried up for a wee while, it's not that bad. Like,
whoa, I should have cooked that one.
Yeah, you definitely should have. You fool. But yeah, not bad.
That one's zipping around. Boy,
yeah,
oh boy.
It's a fast one. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I'm not exactly an authority on the mechanics of jelly and eels, but
jellied eel.
Yeah, I would have to ask Abby about that one. It's a very southern English thing.
Yeah.
It's like a London thing. If you were going to a London chip shop, you'd
Ask
be able
Josh.
to get jelly deals. Like,
Josh might know.
I don't even think Josh would know much about jelly deals. It's really specifically a London thing, jelly deals.
He lived in London.
And it's because did he?
Yeah, I mean, right outside of London.
Did he?
Didn't he? I think so.
I don't think so. Like, he lived in like the West Country. He lived near.
I thought he said he lived in London.
Did he? Maybe he did. I don't remember. You've probably spoken to Josh more recently than me.
He didn't want to explain the geography of the UK to an American.
Maybe. Like, I can't remember where he's from, to be honest with you. But
I mean, he's in Cardiff now.
he's in Cardiff now, which leads me to believe that he was probably living somewhere near Cardiff, and London isn't very close to Cardiff. Like,
no, he's nowhere near his family now.
Oh. Well, maybe he did then. Maybe it was near London. But aye, like, yeah, jelly deals are quite a London thing. Like, you won't get them very often outside of London. And it's only really a thing because back in the 18th century it was the only thing that swam in the Thames. Like, so you just have hundreds of eels. I like eels. I think eels are cute. Like, I like that they
cute?
Yeah, I think they're like wiggly things. They're cute.
Oh, they disgust
I like
me.
that video where the guy just chucks a loaf of bread into a big pile of eels and they all just go mad for it.
Oh, I hate eels. I remember there's an episode of
Why? What you got against eels? They're like sea snakes.
River Monsters.
Except they're not.
Have you seen River Monsters?
I've heard of it. I've never actually watched that.
All right. Well, the dude Jeremy Wade, great show. You should watch it. It's fantastic. But he goes to like.
Have you maybe linked me this clip before?
I don't think I have.
Somebody sent me a video where it was a guy something like River Monsters, and the guy got fucking bit by something or something like that. Like, I can't quite remember now. Well, so the guy just gets fucking like, torn up by this river fish that he's trying to wrestle out the water.
No,
maybe that was on Reddit.
I mean, he does get bit, but he's wearing like protective gear. He does because he's doing it on. He's like in like a Norwegian fjord or something. He might be in Scotland or Norway.
One or the other. They're quite similar, really.
He like put his hand into the water and it like bit down. He's wearing like chainmail gloves or like Kevlar gloves, and it bit down. And he just pulls his arm up and like pulls the whole eel out of the water, and it's like wiggling around. He's like, "Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that!" It's great. I'll see if I can find it.
This is great. That's what I would be like. I'd be like, "Wow! Look at this eel." I think eels are great.
I also a lot of sea creatures terrify me, like octopus and cuttlefish especially.
I think octopus
and like
are
squids. Cool. They haunt my nightmares.
I have this recurring thing where it's like if I was a billionaire, I would have like a whole wing of the mansion that was just a massive aquarium, and there's like certain fish that make the cut and other fish that don't make the cut. Like it's an illustrious list. Like they need to be top of the line fish to be allowed into my fantasy aquarium. Like, we're not talking your average, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there would be a couple of koi carp knocking about in there, because, you know, you can't be a koi. But, like, my favourite fish is the ocean sunfish, because it is repulsive.
Oh my God.
It is a repugnant beast.
So like, disgusting.
Exactly, it's covered in a mucus that seagulls eat. Like, so I'd have a few of them bumping around in there. Like, I'd have oarfish. That's a good one. Oarfish are really long.
Let's see. Man's thumb bitten off by eel, surgically replaced with toe.
What?
No, that's not what I want.
That's what I want.
Oh, here we go.
His toe or someone else's?
See what happens when Jeremy Wade covers... That's the one I want.
I'm ready to see what happens. Hang on, I'm wrestling a seafoam splash tail out of the water right now.
Let's see, where is he? Freshwater eel. New Zealand. He's in New Zealand. Oh, there's tons of them.
I love it.
Bite his dick
I'm
off.
gonna clip this entire conversation.